the volume, wherein V is equals to mRT over P. So volume is equal to, or so we have the mass, which is 15 pound mass. We have R, which is 53.34 pound force fit over pound mass Rankine. We have also 535 Rankine all over 120 square inches. So we can cancel pound mass. We can also cancel Rankine. We can also cancel pound force. And we are left with feet and square inches. So to get the cubic inches, we can convert feet into inches. So 1 feet is equal to 12 inches. So feet will be cancelled and we are left with inches. We are left with square inches and inches. So by multiplying, we can get cubic inches. So we have the volume. As we input in the calculator, we will get 42,805.35 cubic inches. That will be our answer for problem number 2. Let's proceed to problem number 3. Let me read. A specific gas, 110 kilopascal and 23 degrees Celsius, so that's its pressure and temperature, has a volume of 3.1 cubic meter capacity. So before admission, the storage vessel gas contained the following. So it is contained with the pressure of 140 kilopascal and a temperature of 46 degrees Celsius. And then after admission, the pressure increased to 1,250 kilopascals. Determine the final temperature of the gas of the vessel. So the answer is in Kelvin. And take note that the volume of the container is 0.32 cubic meters. So this problem is quite long. So let's evaluate or write first down the given solution. So a specific gas at 110 kilopascal. So initially, or P1 is 110 kilopascal. This is just only the property of the gas. And 23 degrees Celsius, we have T1 is equals to 23 degrees Celsius. So it has a volume of 3.1 cubic meters. So we can label this as V1, which is 3.1 cubic meters. So before admission, so we can label this as P2, or the pressure. So before admission, the storage vessel gas contained the following. So it contained the following properties, which is pressure 140 kilopascal. You have also the temperature. We can label this as T2 is equals to 46 degrees Celsius. And the volume of the container is 0.32 cubic meters. So we can say that V2 is 0.32 cubic meters. Now, after admission, so let's underline this. After admission, the pressure increased to 1,250 kilopascal. So we can label this as P3, or the final pressure, which is 1,250 kilopascal. And determine the final temperature of the gas of the vessel. So we do not have T3. We can label this as question mark. But the vessel or the gas of the vessel doesn't change. So the container that is used is just the same. So we can say that V2 is equals to V3 is also equal to 0.32 cubic meters. So now we already have the values. So first, let's utilize the ideal gas equation. P1V1. Let's proceed first on the initial the very first initial condition, which is P1V1 is equals to M1 RT1. So we can cancel, or we can get the mass RT1, divide both sides by RT1, and we will get M1 is equals to P1V1 over RT1. We will utilize this formula. So we have M1 is equals to 110 kilopascal or kilonewton over square meter. We also have the volume, which is 3.1 cubic meters all over. We have R, and 23 plus 273. We added 273, so it will be absolute temperature. And we can cancel cubic meters, and we will get 1.152 over R with the unit of kilonewton meter over Kelvin, or take note that 1 kilonewton meter is equals to 1 kilojoule. So we can say that M1 is equals to 1.152 over R kilojoule over Kelvin. That would be our mass 1. Let's box it so it won't be, or you won't be confused, and we only just have the mass at initial conditions. So now let's proceed to the second condition, which is the properties of the gas inside the vessel. So we can utilize the ideal gas equation, which is P2 V2 is equals to M2 RT2. So we can get the mass as M2 is equals to P2 V2 over RT2, just like earlier. Now M2 or M sub 2 is equals to, our P2 is 140 kilonewton over square meter. We also have our volume, which is 0.32 cubic meters all over. We have R. So our R is just the same, since we can assume that based on the problem, the gas that was used is only the same. And we have 46 plus 273. To make it absolute, let's make it in Kelvin. Cancel the cubic meters, it will become meter, and we are left with kilojoule over Kelvin and R. So as we input this in the calculator, we will get 0.1404 over R with the unit of kilojoule over Kelvin. We have our M1 and also as well the M2. Let's proceed further. We can say that M3 is equals to M1 plus M2, since we can utilize these values of M1 and M2 to get the M3. So we have 1.152 over R plus 0.1404 over R with the units of kilojoule over Kelvin. It will be equal to 1.2924 over R with the unit of kilojoule over Kelvin. Now, we have our M3. We can get the final temperature by using the ideal gas equation again. P3V3 is equals to M3RT3. We can make it T3 is equals to P3V3 over M3R. We will utilize this formula. So we have T3 is equals to, we have our pressure which is 1,250 kilopascal or kilonewton over square meter. We have also 0.32 cubic meters all over. We have our M3 which is 1.2924 over R with the unit of kilojoule over Kelvin, or let's change it to kilonewton meter over Kelvin. And we are left with R. So we can cancel R. We can also cancel cubic meters. It will become meter. We can also cancel kilonewton and meter. So we are left with the unit of Kelvin. So as we input this in the calculator, we will get 309.5 Kelvin. 309.5 Kelvin. That is our final answer for problem number 3. So for more lectures, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on my TikTok as well. Happy holidays to everyone.